As we know, tourism in many of its facets is a key component of the global economy, and in many countries it is just as important to the national treasury as more other traditional resources. Dr. Frangiali already spoke about the increasing numbers and arrivals and other issues related to this sector. In fact, in most developing countries, and particularly small developing island states, tourism is a fundamental contributor to national economies, and therefore has become a critical component in the fight to combat poverty and to contribute to the attainment of sustainable development and the United Nations Millennium Development Goals. The warming of the climate system is unequivocal, as is now evident from the observations of increases in global average air and ocean temperatures, widespread melting of snow and ice, and rising global mean sea levels. These recent observations are brought about by progress in our understanding of how climate is changing in space and in time, and has been gained through improvements in the extension of numerous data sets and data analyses. I've already spoken about one such station located not far from here. The broader geographical coverage, better understanding of uncertainties, and certainly a wider variety of other measurements. And yet, as I will say later, these questions are by no means exhausted. The direct observations of recent climate change point to global mean temperatures going up, global average sea levels going up, northern hemisphere snow cover, of which part of this is dependent on the area in which we are, those going down. There are circulation changes which are affecting storm tracks, wind, and temperature patterns. The North Atlantic hurricanes have increased with sea surface temperatures, and this is forecast to continue to change, particularly a marked increase after 1994. Heat waves are increasing, as an example of some of the impacts, and so snow cover shows a 5% stepwise drop during the 1980s. WMO will be hosting in the autumn of 2009 the third World Climate Conference. The first World Climate Conference resulted in the creation of research entities, particularly the World Climate Program of the WMO and the World Climate Research Program, which is a joint effort with ICSU and subsequently IOC of UNESCO. The second climate conference resulted in the formative stages of what we now know as the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. And the third World Conference, planned for the autumn of 2009, proposes a theme of climate prediction for decision-making, focusing on seasonal to interannual timescales.